Namaste children, welcome to today's mathematics session. So till yesterday we are aware of finding the square root of a number by using long division method. Not only long division, we also come across in finding the square root by repeated subtraction method and also prime factorization method. Today in this session we are going to learn the next concept, that is finding the square root of a rational number. So before finding the square root of a rational number, we need to follow with two rules. The rule one is for perfect squares of a and b, if they are under square root, that is square root of a into b is nothing but root a into root b. But keep remember, if it is of perfect squares. The second rule is for perfect squares a and b, where b should not be equal to 0, then square root of a by b is equal to square root of a by square root of b. Keep remember children, here a and b are perfect squares. If they are not perfect squares, let me explain you when we are going to solve such kind of questions. So here the point to be remembered is when square root of a into b equal to square root of a into square root of b, even when the question is given like square root of a into square root of b, you can write it as square root of a into b. When LHS equal to RHS, then you can write RHS is also equal to LHS. Same thing can be applied even for the next rule, that is square root of a by b is nothing but square root of a by square root of b. If in the question it is given like this, square root of a by square root of b, then you can rewrite it as square root of a by b. So let me explain these two by solving one example each. Find the value of square root of 49 into square root of 25. So we need to find its value. So consider the question, square root of 49 into square root of 25. So this can be solved in two ways. One is square root of 49. 49 is a perfect square of 7. So square root of 49 can be written as 7 square into square root of 25 is a perfect square of 5. So 5 square. Keep remember the square root value is 1 by 2, that is power 1 by 2. So 7 to the power of 2 and this square root can be written as 1 by 2 into 5 to the power of 2 and this square root can be written as 1 by 2. So 2 get cancels, 2 get cancels. Then you will get 7 into 5. 7 5 is 35, or the other one can be written as square and root directly you can get cancels. It can be cancelled directly. Square and root here and square and root here. So you will get 7 into 5 equal to 35. The other one also you can do is, we know that root a into root b is nothing but square root of a into b. Right? By applying rule 1. Then square root of 49 can be written as 7 square and 25 can be written as 5 square. Then square root of, we know the exponential law, that is a power m into b power m is nothing but a into b whole power m, which is learnt in class 7 standard. Then square and square root get cancels. You'll get 7 into 5, which is nothing but 35. Whichever the method you do, but the steps to be same. So let me go with the another example by applying rule 2. Find the value of square root of 243 by square root of 867. You can apply 243 and 867 are not the perfect square numbers. Right? Therefore, this can be written as root 243 divided by root 867 can be written as square root of 243 by 867. When we come across the 243 and 867 are not the perfect square numbers, then in both number, any one factor will be common. So here 243 and 867, we have a common factor called 3. you can go for cancellation, that is converting the rational number into lowest form. So 3 8s are 24 and 3 1s are 3, and here 3 2s are 6, 2 remains, 3 8s are 24, 2 remains, then 3 9s are 27. So we'll get the answer as square root of 81 by 289. We know that 81 is a perfect square and also 289 is a perfect square. So 81 is a perfect square of 9, so I can write it as 9 square, and 289 is a perfect square of 17, so I can write it as 17 square. This can be written as a power m by b power n is nothing but a by b whole power m. That is exponential law. Square and square root get cancels, then the answer is 9 by 17. You can see this is the rational number which is converted into lowest form. So it is the value, children. So this is how we need to solve when a and b are not perfect squares. You can take it under one square root and check which is the common factor in both numerator and denominator. Then you can go for cancellation, then convert into find the square numbers, find the value of the given question. Clear? Now we'll move to the next concept. The next concept is squares of terminating decimals. So here you can observe some patterns, that is observe some squares. We know that 4 square is nothing but 16. 12 square, that is 12 into 12 is nothing but 144. 15 square is nothing but 225. 18 square is 324. Same numbers are considered, but it has kept in the decimals. So here 4 is a whole number. So 4 is changed into decimal number as 0.4. Then its square is 0.16. After decimal point you have 2 decimals here. Clear? And 1.2 whole square is nothing but 12. 12 square is nothing but 144. But after point you have one number. When it is doubled, it is changed into 1.44. Then 0.15 whole square. So if I consider only the number, that is 15, 15 square is nothing but 225. But after decimal point, the base is having two digits. That is 2 digits square. Then it turns into 4th digit. You can see from the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4 decimal number, we have a point. Then 0.18 square is nothing but 18 square is nothing but 324. But after decimal point, we have 2 numbers under square. But here it is written as 0.0324. So by observing all this, we can see that squares of decimals consists of twice as many decimal places as given in the number. You can see one decimal, after point you have one decimal. It's twice becomes 0.16. That is one decimal place changes into 2 decimal place here. Then 1 decimal place changed into 2 decimal place. Here 2 decimal place changed into 4 decimal place when made into squares. Then here 2 decimal place made into 4 decimal place when it is in the square. So we can write the conclusion that the square of decimal consists of twice as many decimal places as given in the number. So based on this, let me give some example. That is, let me give one example. Find the square of first one 0.41, that is 0.41 square. Clear? Then we know that 41 square is 1681. But after decimal point we have 2 digits. So doubling 4 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4 point. So the answer is 0.1681. So if I go with the second example, 0.25 whole square. We know that 25 square is 625. But after decimal point we have 2 digits. 2 digits double makes 4 digits. So when we are marking the decimal point, we need to come from the right. 1, 2, 3. But we don't have fourth digit. So fourth digit can be made as 0. If you write 0 here, the answer remains as 625 only. If you make the 0 here, then its value changes. It becomes 6250. So we have to make the decimal point from the right to the left. The answer is 0.0625. If I go with third example as 0.009 whole square. So we know that 9 square is nothing but 81. But after decimal point we have 3 here. 3 doubling makes 6. So I cannot make the zeros towards the right side of a number. We have to make towards the left. So here we have 3. 3 doubling makes 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.0. So the answer is 0.000081. Clear? Next, let me move to the fourth one. The fourth one is 0.001 is the question. It's a whole square. Then becomes 1 is the answer because 1 square is nothing but 1. But decimal point, after decimal point we have 3 digits. 3 doubling makes 6. So I cannot write the zeros towards the right side number. I can make it into left. So 6 digits means 1 digit already given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then decimal point. Before decimal point, if any digit is not there, then we can make it as 0. So the answer is 0.000001. Hope this is clear, children. In today's class, I have discussed two concepts, that is square root of a rational number and squares of terminating decimals. There are 3 more concepts before we start worksheet 5. But if all the concepts are discussed together, you may get confused. So we'll start worksheet 5 and solve the questions which are related to these two concepts. Worksheet 5. Find the square root of the following fractions. The first question, 324 divided by 361. So solution, square root of 324 divided by 361, which is asked in the question, that is square root of the following fractions. This, it is in the form of square root of a by b is nothing but square root of a by square root of b, where a and b are perfect squares. Then is 324 is a perfect square? Yes. Is 361 is a perfect square? Yes. Then it can be written as square root of 324 divided by square root of 361. 324 is a perfect square of 18. So I can write it as 18 square divided by 361 is a perfect square of 19. So I can write it as 19 square. Square and square root get cancelled. Square and square root get cancelled. Then the fraction is 18 by 19. Now we'll move to the second question. 441 divided by 961. Then solution, square root of 441 by 961. This I'll go with another method. This is one method. The other method I'll show you. Then 441 is a perfect square of 21 and 961 is also a perfect square of 31. Then I can write 21 square by 31 square. Then, and we know that 31 is also a prime number. Then this can be expressed as square root of 21 by 31 whole square, because we know that a to the power of m divided by b to the power of m is nothing but a divided by b whole to the power of m. Then this square and square root get cancels. Then the answer is 21 by 31. No more simplification is possible here. And keep remember 31 is a prime number. It doesn't comes in 21 table. So the fraction ended. The fraction is in simplest form. Now I'll move to the third question. So third question, 5 19 by 25. 5 19 by 25, which is in the mixed fraction, convert into improper fraction. we know that 25 5s is 125, then plus 19. 125 plus 19. It is 144 divided by 25. And for this he is asking to find the square root. And we know that 144 is a perfect square. As I told you, you need to know till 1 to 30 numbers. 144 is a perfect square of 12, and we know that 25 is a perfect square of 5. Then we can write 12 square by 5 square, and this can be written as 12 by 5 whole square. Square and square root get cancels, and the answer is 12 by 5. And in case if you do not know which numbers it is the perfect square, then you can find it out by using long division method or repeated subtraction method or by prime factorization method. Okay, then I'll move to fourth question. The fourth question is 5625 divided by 441, and its square root he is asking. Square root of 5625 divided by 441. We know that 441 is a perfect square of 21, but 5625 we do not know whose perfect square it is. So for that, as I told you, any one method you can follow to find its perfect square number. I'll go with the long division, children, here. So 25 and 56. So first period is 56. I think 7 square is better because 7 7s are 49, 8 8s are 64, which becomes greater than 56. So I'll go for 7. 7 7s are 49, and if I subtract 56 minus 49 is 7, and take next period 25. Then add up the same number. 7 plus 7 equal to 14. Since it is ending with 5, so we'll check with 5. 145 into 5. 5 5s are 25, 5 4s are 20, plus 2 22, 5 1s are 5, 7. Yes, 725, which we have in the dividend. So I'll go with the 5. Then 725. And the remainder is 0. So here, say 5625 is a perfect square of 75. So I can write it as 75 square. And 441 is a perfect square of 21 square. Then for this I can write it as 75 by 21 whole square. Square and root get cancels. Then 75 by 21. And 75 by 21 is divisible with 3 tables. So I can cancel. 3 7s are 21. 3 2s are 6. 1 remains. 3 5s are 15. So the final answer is 25 by 7. You may have the question, Madam, before finding the square numbers of this given number, can I go for simplest form? You can go it, children. No problem. But the final answer will be 25 by 7 itself. Okay, this is clear. Now let me move to fifth question. Sorry, children. This is only the fifth question. By mistakenly I copied. Now let me move to fourth question, children. The question is 2151 divided by 169, which is in the mixed fraction, convert into improper fraction, that is 169 into 21. It is 3549 plus 51. If I add up, I'll get 3600 divided by 169. Converted the mixed fraction into improper fraction, and he has to find the square root of it, right? So here 3600 and 169 doesn't get cancelled in any table, means it is in the lowest form. Okay, and 3600. So this makes one period and this makes another period. 36 is a perfect square of 6, and 00 makes single 0 whole square, that is 60 square, and 169 is a perfect square of 13, so 13 square. Then square root of 60 divided by 13 whole square. Square and root get cancels. Then the final answer is 60 divided by 13. Later I'll convert into mixed fraction, that is 3. 13 ones are 13, 13 twos are 26, 13 threes are 39, 13 fours are 52, 13 fives are 65. So 13 fours are 52 and 8 remains. So 4, 8 by 13 converted into mixed fraction again back. So even in the third question it is possible, children. You can convert it. 5 2s are 10. 10, that is 2 by 5 can be written. And even in the fifth question also it is possible. 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21. 25 minus 21 is 4, so 4 by 7. So you'll get 3 4 by 7 mixed fraction. Clear? Now we'll move to sixth question. That is 7 18 divided by 49. Then convert into mixed fraction. Then square root of 49 into 7 plus 18. So 49 into 7 will get it 343 plus 18 is nothing but 361 divided by 49. We know that 361 is a perfect square of 19. So I can write it as 19 square, and 49 is a perfect square of 7. So I can write it as 7 square. Then square root of 19 divided by 7 whole square. Then square and root get cancels. Then the final answer is 19 by 7. 19 by 7 I can convert into improper fraction. That is 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21. It becomes greater. So 7 2s are 14. Then 19 minus 14 is 5 divided by 7. That is 2 5 by 7 is the answer. Now let me move to seventh question. That is 23 394 divided by 729. So first we'll multiply 729 into 23. Then the product is 16,767. Then we'll add up 394 to the product. Then the answer is 17,161. So square root of 17,161 whole divided by, and the denominator is 729. And 17,161, it is difficult to me to find out the square number. So I'll go for long division to find its square number. So I'll make the periods from the right. So the first period is 1. We know that 1 is a perfect square. So 1 1s are 1. So add up 1 in the divisor, will get 2. Then 1 minus 1 is 0 in the remainder, and bring the next period 71. Then 21 1s are 21, 22 2s are 44, 23 3s are 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6. So 69. So I'll go for 23 3s are 69. Then the remainder is 2. I'll bring the next period. You'll get 261. 2 is the remainder and 61 I bought the period. You'll get 261. Add up the number 3. Then 23 plus 3 is 26. And here we have 261. Here we have 26. Means I need to write 1 here. So I'll get 261. 261. 1 is 261. And the remainder is 0. So square root of 131 square divided by 729. 729 is a perfect square again. So it is a perfect square of 27. Then I can write it as square root of 131 divided by 27 whole square. Then square and root get cancels. The final answer is 131 divided by 27. And converting into improper fraction to proper fraction, then we'll get 423 divided by 27. Hope this is clear, children. And question number 8, that is find the square root of 35 into 85 divided by 1444. This you do it by yourself, children. Convert this improper fraction into proper fraction. I'll convert and give answer, and remaining part you do it yourself. Okay, 1444 into 35 we need to do. We'll get it 50,540. and plus 85. If I add up, the final answer is 50,625. 50,625 divided by 1,444. Okay, if any cancellation in numerator and denominator with the common factor, you can do cancellation. Since it is ending with 5, I hope it doesn't have any factors. Better you find out the perfect square of numerator and perfect square of denominator by using long division method. Then you further simplify. And the final answer I can say here is 225 divided by 38 is the answer. If you convert into improper fraction to proper fraction, improper fraction to mixed fraction, you will get the answer as 535 divided by 38. Okay. Hope the first main is clear, children, to you. So the final answer, let me write at the corner. You will get 535 divided by 38. Means I have given the answer in the mixed fraction. So you should also convert the resulting answer into mixed fraction. Check it whether the answer is right or wrong. Okay. So now let me move to second main. Second main, find the value of, under that first one, square root of 0.0009, and the number which is present under the square root is a terminating decimal number, and this can be written as square root of 9 divided by 10,000. The 10,000 has come across because after decimal point we have two places in the decimal. One is called whole number part and the another one is called decimal part. So after decimal point, how many digits we have? 4 digits, means 1 followed by 4 zeros in the denominator. And this can be done by applying the second rule, that is square root of a by b is equal to square root of a by square root of b. But keep remember, a and b should be a perfect square numbers. Yes, here 9 is a perfect square number and 10,000 is also a perfect square number. So here the 9 can be written as 3 square and the 10,000, you mark the periods, you'll come to know, that is 100 whole square. Then this can be written as square root of 3 by 100 whole square. Then square and root get cancels. Then 3 by 100. Since we have 2 zeros in the denominator, so the point will shift from right to left after 2 digits. So the digit 1, the another digit we do not know. If I make the 0 in the right side of the number, then the value changes to 30. But here we have 3. So it should not be done. So instead of making zeros at the right, we have to place the zeros at the left where the meaning of the question will remain same. Then the point comes here. So 0.03 is the answer. Then I'll go with the second second sub question, that is square root of 0.0081. Then which implies square root of 81 divided by, after decimal point we have 4 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that is by 10,000 again, which equal to, we know that 81 is a perfect square of 9 and 10,000 is a perfect square of 100. Because we have 2 periods here, 2 periods are of zeros. So 1 followed by 2 zeros, 100 square. Then whole square, square and root get cancels. Then the answer is 9 by 100. Again we have 1 followed by 2 zeros in the denominator, means we should have 2 digits in the numerator. So I'll make it 2 digit number as 09. Then shift the point from right to left after 2 digits, 1, 2. The point comes here. So the answer is 0.09. Now let me move to third question. That is square root of 0.012321. Right? Then which implies, without decimal point we have a number as 12321 divided by, after point we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 places of 6 places, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 digits, 6 zeros in the denominator under the square root. And we know that in the worksheet 1 we have written that 12331 is nothing but 111, that is 111 square is 12321 divided by, again you make the periods in the denominator, you will get 3 periods of zeros. So 1, 2, 3 and 1, that is 1000 square is 10 lakh. Then this becomes under square root. Then a square by b square is nothing but a by b whole square. Then this square and square root get cancels. We'll get the answer as 111 by 1000. Then shifting of decimal place. Since we have 3 zeros in the denominator, the point will shift from right to left after 3 digits. Then 111 point, right? It becomes 0.111. Now let me move to fourth question. That is square root of 7.29. If I remove the decimal point, then the value becomes 729. And the 729 is a perfect square. So 729 divided by, after decimal point we have 2 digits. So 2 zeros in the denominator with following by 1. Means 1 followed by 2 zeros. It becomes 100. Then 729 is a perfect square of 27. And 100 is nothing but 10 square, right? So I can write 27 by 10 whole square, or you can write 27 square divided by 10 square. In the next step you can write 27 by 10 whole square. Now square and square root get cancels. Then the resulting answer is 27 by 10. And making into the form of decimal, we have single zero in the denominator. So the point in the whole number will always lie at the end of a number. So it will shift from right to left after 1 digit. Therefore the final answer is 2.7. I have kept the resulting answer in the decimal place because the given question is in the decimal place. So this completes the second main from the worksheet 5, children, and the remaining will solve in the next class with the explanation of the concept. Thank you, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.